welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a real chilled one. We're just gonna do a little Q&A and a little catch up. I feel like my YouTube, I'm so up and down with it and I'm really sorry about that. Like I promise you, I am trying to be better, but like sometimes life just gets in the way. And like when I plan like, oh, I'm gonna be able to do so much this week for my YouTube, something always happens and like doesn't let me fulfill those plans basically. So I'm just gonna go through like what's been going on and just do a little catch up. So firstly, something that might be noticeable, my face. I don't know if you can actually tell, but my hair does thankfully cover most of it. Basically, I've got a big lump at the side of my face. It started off small and it seems to have just got bigger the last few weeks, which is quite concerning. So last night it got like, something happened and it felt weird. Like it's never hurt before. So I've not really been too concerned. And then, because I've gone to the doctors for other lumps, I've got a lump on my arm that I've had for ages and the doctors just literally were like, yeah, we'll refer you. And I'm still waiting. It's been like possibly like almost 2 years. So like they did say they didn't think anything was bad with it or anything, but they said for peace of mind we can refer you, and I said I'd rather just get referred because, you know, you hear all these stories and I just wanted to like, you know, like I definitely just wanted to make sure there was nothing wrong with me. Anyway, now I've got this on my face. Again, I just thought if I go to the doctors, they're just gonna say the same thing, which is a bad thing. I shouldn't think like that because obviously everything is different and like, don't listen to me. Like if you think something's wrong, go to the doctors. And part of me thought I should have gone, but like it kind of just got brushed to the side because so much was happening at the time. Anyway, last night it just really started to hurt and I've woke up this morning and my ear's hurted. It's like right next to my ear and my whole side of my face is, I don't know if you can really see, you can. This is my normal shaped face and like you can see how like big and swollen my face is on that side. So yeah, that's not ideal. So if you can notice that, please just ignore it. I was filming TikToks earlier and I didn't realize when I was filming how bad it was, and then when I was editing I was like, oh my god, I literally look so weird. So yeah, please excuse my lumpy, swollen, horrible face. I am going to the doctors today, by the way, so by the time this video is up I would have been to the doctors and hopefully I would have been checked over and everything's fine. So manifesting that. Where else do we go from here? I have so many updates. So my first update is that I have left my job. I do have a TikTok up that basically is my last day of my job and I vlogged like the last day. So if you want to see my office, like what I did on my last day, etc., go watch that. So if you didn't know, I used to work in food marketing. So I left my job just before Christmas, like a few days before Christmas I finished, and I actually got another job, which is why I left. So yeah, I feel like there's a bit of confusion because some people think I've left just to pursue full-time like content creating and stuff, but it's not the case, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, I would love to do this full-time, but for me I need like a routine. So I'd have to be really busy to like take this full-time, which I'm not that busy, so like it just wouldn't make sense for me at this point in my life. And also I'm very much a financial, like I like to save my money and like earn as much money as I can. Don't get me wrong, I know creators like can just do full-time influencing and just be like ridiculously rich. Like don't get me wrong, I know that. For me in my position, I wouldn't be one of those. So that's basically that. So yeah, I left my job end of November, just before Christmas, and yeah, I start my new job next Monday. So I'm literally a few days away now. It's currently Thursday as I'm filming this. So yeah, by the time you're watching this, I probably would have started. My new job is very different to my old job, so I'm very intrigued to see how that goes. But I'd been at my old job for 1.5 years and just like the progression for me wasn't really there, and I just felt like I needed to like branch out a little bit. So that's why I left. There were so many people at my old work that I really loved. Like honestly, I'll keep in contact with so many people and I'm so grateful for the friendships I made. And even the girls that I used to work with that left before me, I still speak to them. Like it's so nice. Like I've actually really made some great friends. So I'm really grateful for that chapter, but definitely excited to be on something new. So yeah, my new job is next week. I'm so excited to start. I actually am really excited. Like I am someone that really likes to learn. I enjoy the process of like learning new things, and I don't know, I just feel like life is for learning. Like there's so much out there. I hope this job will like serve me for a few years. Like that's my goal. So hopefully we'll be here for a while. So we will see. I feel like my last role kind of like, again, another reason why I left that, it kind of overlapped with my content creating outside of work, and I could be so creative in my own work, but at the company I was in, it was very strict in like what I can and can't do. So I just feel like I was so restricted. So that is another reason why I was like, I just need a bit more freedom. Like, I would love to do that role maybe again one day. It was like a marketing exec, but more social media based. I would love to do that again one day in a company or an agency that's a little bit more flexible, because it was very strict. I couldn't thrive and like get to my full potential in that role for myself. Like, it just didn't, you know, it just wasn't aligning for me. So yeah, that is my whole job update. And then also in December, so I left my job and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a nice little break. My car, I've had so many issues with my car, I can't even tell you. So firstly, I dropped my parents to the airport. We surprised them with a holiday for Christmas and they went to Krakow, and I dropped them to the airport. On my way back, I went over a pothole, which, you know, there's so many potholes everywhere, but I didn't realize how bad this one obviously was. I went over it and basically I burst my front left tire. So when I got home, thankfully I got home safely. So many silver linings in everything I'm about to say, by the way. Like, I know there's so much worse that can happen in life, but like, I'm just explaining what's been going on because like, we're here for a life update, do you know what I mean? Drove home, and then the next day I went to pick Emily up, and unfortunately it was like, your front tire is this. And I was like, that's weird, because I just literally put some air in them like a few weeks before. So I was like, this is really strange. Like, it shouldn't be flat. Anyway, it was flat as a pancake, couldn't drive it. So I called people to come and sort my tire out. They sorted it same day, which was amazing. Like, honestly, couldn't have asked for much more. And I was like, thank God that's sorted. A few days later, I was driving to my friend Emmy's house, and she doesn't live very close to me, so it's like an hour and a half away from me. So I was driving, and unfortunately my back tire went when I was in lanes. It was really stressful, I can't lie. Like, I was really stressed out. It was way worse than the first time, because the first time it was on my drive, like I was fine, I was safe. Second time, I'm in lanes, my car is telling me to pull over. I couldn't pull over because I'm in lanes. I didn't have any signal, so I was trying to ring my mum, trying to ring my boyfriend, trying to ring my dad, trying to get sat nav to work so I could find like the nearest petrol station. But obviously there's no signal in lanes, so I was really struggling. It was honestly really terrifying. I'm not gonna go too much in depth, but thankfully my boyfriend and my mum come to get me. I was actually an hour away from home, which was not ideal. And then my car got towed away. So that was on a Friday night, and I didn't get my car back for a while, so I was carless. And then, no, it just gets worse. So then basically the same pothole did both tires, they think. So I don't think it was like a separate thing. I think it was just a slower, is it puncture? I don't know these terms. Like, I was speaking to these people about tires and cars, and I was just like, they're asking me all these questions. I was like, I have no idea what anything you're saying means. They're like, do you have this in your car? And I was like, don't know. I don't know. I'm just not very car-y as a person. But yeah, then I was quite like scared of driving for a bit, because I was just like, I don't want to be far away from home and something happens again, that no one can come and collect me, or like, you know what I mean? I was just like basically a bit wary. Like, I've always felt like things come in threes, and I feel like that's not a very good mindset to have, but it seems to be like common. Those two things happened, and I was like, for God's sake, this is not good. And then I think in the back of my mind, I didn't say it out loud, but I just had a feeling like a third thing was coming, and unfortunately a third thing happened. So it's still going through everything, but basically I had an accident. It wasn't my fault, thankfully. Somebody went into the back of my car twice at a roundabout. It's one of those things. It was just literally 3 days before Christmas. It was the Sunday before Christmas. Someone went into me. It's just one of those things. I know it's life and like things like that happen, but I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sick of driving. I'm so sick of cars. I'm so sick of being carless, because I'd literally had obviously already a week without a car this month. So I was like, for God's sake. And obviously in the moment, like, my anxiety took over. I had a bit of whiplash. I smacked my head. I don't know if I smacked my head. I'm not too sure what actually happened. It was all a bit of a blur, but something happened to my head, because I was in so much pain on the right side of my head straight off. Like, as soon as it happened, my pain was there. So I don't know if I smacked my head or it was just like, I don't know what it was. I'm not really sure. Maybe it was just a headache from the impact. I don't know. But I looked at my car and I was like, what the hell? Like, it doesn't even look that bad. So I was like, thank God. And there was a policeman and everything. So thankfully at the scene, the man admitted liability. It was all fine. My boyfriend was with me, so I was glad to have somebody with me, because the other time that this happened, I obviously didn't have anyone with me. Well, not this happened, but when my tyre went, I was on my own, so it was even more scary. And my boyfriend was fine in the accident. We were both fine, apart from obviously having a little bit of whiplash, as I said. But yeah, So that all happened, and yeah, the police were there, everything. So everything was fine. The police checked the car over and said that my car is fine to drive home. It wasn't too far from home, thank God. I'd spent the whole journey crying, which was really not great. I was trying to calm myself down, but like also I was just so distraught because I was just like, I don't know, I just left my job and I was trying to have like a good time, and then I was like, no, I've got to deal with this car thing again, and it's just constant. As I said, I know there's so much worse in life, but it was just a lot at once. I then took my car to get priced, to like get fixed, and the man was like, this is gonna be thousands and thousands, and I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it's gonna be thousands. I was like, oh my God, like I actually just, obviously again, not on me, I'm not paying for it, but still I didn't think, looking at the car, it didn't look that damaged, but obviously he said there was a lot of internal damage, and he said once they start looking, there'll probably be more and more that they can't even see yet. So I was like, great. And there's a part of the car that's, if that gets damaged, it's really, really bad, and that got damaged, and again, car terms I don't really understand. So yeah, it's all being sorted. I currently can't drive that car. He told me it's not drivable, so I haven't been driving that car. I've now got a courtesy car, which you may have seen on like Snapchat, Instagram and all that, because I am now driving a Mercedes for the time being. My actual car is still here. It hasn't been collected yet because the worst timing, everyone was off for Christmas. So I was thinking I'm not gonna be able to get a hire car straight away, which I didn't. Had to wait a few days for that, but I've got that now. But yeah, they haven't even opened. They've literally opened today back up to like start sorting cars again. So hopefully my actual car will be taken away. I'm hoping in the next week, and then that can get fixed, but they said it's gonna be a long process, so I don't really know what that means. I'm really not very, like, I took in what they said, but I was also just like trying to like understand it at the same time. It's like basically someone speaking a different language to me when they're talking about cars, because it just means nothing to me. Like, I'm not car orientated at all. I like cars, but I don't know about cars. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just been a real crazy month. And then obviously it was Christmas, and literally Christmas Eve, I spent my Christmas Eve sat here writing out forms about, I had to draw diagrams of the accident, I had to like sign things, I had to send things over to get the hire car. I was on the phone all day. Thank God people were still working Christmas Eve, like bless them, but like thank God. But yeah, it's just been a real process, and that's kind of what happened in December. I was planning to do like Christmas vlog, Christmas Eve vlog, and then obviously Christmas Eve I spent sat literally in this chair writing out forms. But 2025 is here. I'm trying to be like, think of this as a fresh start. Obviously there's so much worse. As I said, I've got a car now, I can still get around. I'm healthy, I've got no severe injuries from my accident. My car, yeah, it's damaged, but we're gonna get it fixed. You know, like there's honestly like so much to be grateful for. That accident could have been way worse. They actually had a newborn in their car, which is terrifying. Like, imagine like I had a child in the back of my car, like it could have been worse, because obviously they went into the back of me, so the person at the back would have had more impact, I assume. Silver linings, and I'm grateful to be okay. And a car is a car, do you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna get fixed and it's fine. I'm trying to like see different outlets, because at the time I was like, everything's happening. Like, it's so easy when loads of stuff's happening to get overwhelmed and feel like, oh my God, why is this is so unfair, life's so unfair. But like, now I'm looking at it, I'm just like, it is what it is. We're gonna get it fixed. Life goes on. Could have been way worse. Like, you know, once you come out of it, you can see like, the silver linings for sure. But yeah, that is basically what's been going on. I'm just gonna answer a few questions that I've got recently. So one is, what are my goals for 2025? I think my goals are to save. I'm not in a rush to move out this year. I feel like that will probably be a goal for like maybe next year or the year after, but I'm really happy with my life at the minute and where I'm living and everything like that. So hopefully one day I will, you know, get my own place, but for now, I'm really happy. So goals are just to save, to build towards that. I want to be more positive in my thoughts. I want to journal more. I want to like brain dump more, because I feel like I hold a lot of like things in my head that I need to like let out sometimes. So I feel like that would be great. Reading more, 100% reading more. Drinking more water, which I have right here. I'm not doing great today, but I'm trying, okay, that's the main thing. I think just overall, just having a more positive outlook on life and not sitting here like dwelling on things and overthinking and worrying, because honestly, worrying is just not, it's so unnecessary. Like, I just don't need it anymore. Just saying yes more, that's my goal for 2025. I feel like a lot of the time I just like don't think that I want to do things because I'm on that day I'm not feeling great, or I don't know, I get a lot of anxiety towards events. It's ridiculous. Like, I know it's ridiculous, but like, it's something that I'm trying to overcome. So yeah, I feel like all of those things kind of go like hand in hand. I want to just travel a bit more, like even if it's in England, like I just want to see a bit more of the world and make the most of life, because I love looking back at the end of the year of like things I've done, and I want this year, I want to at the end of 2025 be able to look back at my year and be like, wow, I've been here, I've done this, I've seen this, I went to this show, and you know what I mean, I went to this restaurant and I tried this, and I don't know, I just want to be a bit more adventurous, I guess. But yeah, that's basically like my main goals. And like another goal is to just be more clean and tidy. Like not even clean, like tidy. So like not letting my drawers get over full, having clear outs every now and again, like things like that I just need to keep on top of. I don't know, just sitting down and relaxing more. Don't relax, I really don't relax. This is my last day off that I've got no plans, and I've literally made my plans like tidying up, cleaning up, clearing out my clothes, like doing YouTube. And I love, obviously don't get me wrong, I love doing YouTube and stuff like that, but I don't let myself rest ever, and it's really toxic. So I'm trying to be better with that. Another question I got was what series am I watching at the minute. So Black Doves on Netflix is really good. I'm literally 2 episodes from finishing. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. And then I want to watch Missing You by Harlan Coben. Love Harlan Coben. He's amazing, and all his shows have been so good so far, so I'm super excited to watch that. I'm gonna definitely be watching that in the next few days. What else have I been watching? Love Island Australia. If anyone's watched it, please let me know who your faves were, because I love Love Island Australia this year. It was so good, and the drama after they left, crazy. Yeah, what else have I been watching? I'm looking forward to watching Love Island All Stars. That's coming out really soon. And then I'm also watching The Traitors, which, you know me, you know I love The Traitors, so I'm really excited to be watching that as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here because I've been chatting for a while. If you have any more questions, I'll do another big Q&A at some point for sure, or like assumptions or something. So just comment them down below. But I really hope you did enjoy this video. It's just a real chilled one because I just feel like I needed to like update you and like this is kind of like brain dumping, right? Like, yeah, I didn't write it down, but I've just literally got off like my chest, everything that I went through in December, and like now sharing this pain with me. Not sharing the pain, but I feel like it's got it off my chest. I'm gonna carry on with my clear out, which you would have already seen. So that's in my last video. So if you want to go watch that, go watch that. And yeah, hopefully there'll be more videos to come. My birthday is next month. I can't believe how old I'm gonna be. I feel sick. But yeah, there'll be more videos for my birthday, and I'm just so excited for what's to come. Please subscribe and be on this journey with me for 2025, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.